Oh, that's my sister's dog, Fletch. Some of you guys might be wondering what my setup looks like. You know, there's my backdrop. I just sort of taped it onto a rafter and it hangs there. And my stand, and that's where I put my cell phone right there. We've got lights. We've got another ring with lights on it. So from underneath, I got the lights on right now. And I put the cell phone right here facing straight down. That does my straight down shots like that. And of course I've got another nice light here. Between all those lights, I get to make my half decent videos. You know, I still have some issues, but hey, I do a pretty good job, I think, with what I've got. And where's my little dog Bandit? I think oh, he didn't come down. This is my seat where I sit and watch TV with my wife. So let's set this thing up here and start our video. There we go, now it's set up, ready to go. Hey folks, my name is Jake. Welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge, and today we're taking a look at the Stedemon BG01. And this is the 0103, I think. The last two digits are not on the knife itself, but it's for the different colors. I think this knife comes in 4 different color schemes with the handle. And then you get 2 different ways of getting the blade. It's all satin like this, or you can get black wash. And then you can get jade handles, red handles, black handles, or pink handles. And White Mountain Knives has got all of those in stock right now. They've got the best price for this knife. We're going to talk about this knife. This video is going to be a little different than some recently. I've got a neck and shoulder injury, and I can still do a lot of stuff, but somehow, you know, in the position for typing and moving my mouse around, that's very, very irritating to me. So this video will not have a bunch of text in it. When I go over the measurements and things, you might want to have a pen handy if you want to write down any of those measurements, because it's not going to be on the screen. You'll just hear me say them. And if I make mistakes, I'll try to edit them out, or, you know, often I put corrections in text on the screen, because I'm not always perfect when I make my videos, but I'll do my best. This video just might be a little bit below my standard, because it's been 3 days. This is the 4th day now since I've had a video come out, and I need to give you guys some videos. And I need to do it myself just to keep myself, you know, productive and doing things. This has got a stainless steel blade, G10 handle scales, backspacer, basically a full-size knife. So let's put this thing on the tabletop and take a close look at it. The video's coming at you right now. One other thing, I will not be replying to comments very easily either. If you really want to get something to me that I need to reply to, maybe put it in an email, canadiancuttingedge@gmail.com, or just be patient. Go through the comments when I can, you know, go through them better and type more. First, let's look at the size of this knife. There it is, opened up, and here's your Ontario Rat 1, which is, you know, quite a bit bigger in the handle, not a lot bigger in the blade. If we put the blades like right next to each other, spine on spine where the tips are, very much the same cutting edge as each other. You know, so it's got a good sized blade, but the handle is between large and you know, smaller than that. If you've got extra large size hands, well, there's a forward choil there, and when you're using that, now you've got lots of extra room. And the forward choil is actually a very good thing, because it's actually back a little bit. You've still got a lot of spine of the handle over that forward choil, so your thumb is very secure. There's a little bit extra grip right in here, and you can get a very secure grip that way and still be able to use it. But you can grip it back here, and if you do, I'll move it this way so you can see. There you go. Just a little bit of handle sticking out. My hands are large, bordering on extra large, between 10 and 11 in European sizes, and you know, that's the rough size for this knife. It's got 12C27 stainless steel. I'll talk about the price in a little while. It's in the mid to high 40s in US dollars. I really would like it for that price to have 14C28N, but maybe that's asking a little bit much. There's some knives that are this price range that have 14C28N, but I've never seen a Stedemon knife with that steel for this price range. It's a decent steel. I don't mind it. It's a good budget steel by Sandvik, and it cuts quite well. The grind on the edge here is done quite well from the factory. Not excellent, but quite well. It says SD knife. I think that stands for Stedemon. I don't know what the D, if it stands for something else. And there's their logo. Big standard flat driver for the screw for the pivot. It's a fixed pin pivot, which I really like, so it doesn't spin freely. There's the model number BG01 in the blade steel. And that's all the writing that's up there. Back here on the pocket clip, it also says Stedemon knives there as well. It's a pocket clip that's right side tip up only. And you've got a little bit, I didn't measure it before, let's see. Yeah, there's just over ½ an inch, not quite 3/8, not quite 5/8, maybe around 5/8 of an inch, sticking out of your pocket. I'll show you that in a little while, what that actually looks like. The pocket clip is fairly functional. It works okay. It's not great, nothing special about the pocket clip, but nothing terrible either. We've got nice pivots, not pivot screws. Well, the pivot screw's nice too, but we've got nice body screws. They're not just standard budget body screws. These are good quality screws. They're made well, and the tolerances are quite high. It's done very, very well. The back spacer is also the lanyard hole, which means the lanyard hole is inset here, which I really like when that's done. That way the paracord doesn't bulk out outside the size of the handle any at all, I should say. You can fit 550 paracord through there at all. You can fit 1100 paracord through there if you want to. I don't think you'd have a problem at all. A little bit of jimping on the back spacer here and here, and at the very back. The shape of this spot here makes the reverse grip very, very comfortable in hand because it's a little bit of a radius in there, a negative radius. And, it's just a very comfortable knife to use in just about any way you want to hold it. With the forward choil saber grip, or just back here saber grip, or fist grip. The spine is full thickness all the way up to the clip point right here. And so you got a nice thick spine here if you want to have more control. Works very well. So it's a fairly sturdy tip on this knife because of how they've made it. High saber grind. Nice big flat area here to clamp onto if you've got that kind of sharpening system. Let's show you the pictures of the inside of the knife with the skeletonizing and stuff. So there you also saw that we've got steel ball bearings in the nylon ball bearing holder setup. Done very, very well. I like the construction quality of this knife. High tolerances. When you open the knife, the lockup is perfect, exactly where I want a brand new knife to be. It's a little hard to see in the pictures because its lockup is sort of underneath the flipper tab when it's open. Steel ball bearings, steel detent, and the detent is very good. Watch this, and you can hear it suck it in, and it holds it well. Flipper, very, very well, and that's got sort of a flattened top. If you push flat on that edge, it's about that angle that you're pushing at, and it deploys very, very well. Or a light switch method when you're pulling back. You've got another section here on the flipper tab. Easy to do the light switch method as well. So easy to open this knife. Lockup's very good. I wish there was a little bit better access to that lock bar. Its liners are recessed, and they should have, in my opinion, taken away a little bit more G10 here, so when you go to push it over, you'll always get it. I've had a couple of closer calls where I thought I was unlocking it, but I wasn't. That's a very minor thing. As you can see, I'm just, quickly opening and closing the knife, and, I'm getting it every single time. So, not bad. Even with the left hand, it works. as you can see repeatedly. So while I'm saying it'd be better if there's a little more clearance here and access to it, it's a minor complaint. I wish they would have put their logo or something on this big flat screw head right here. That would have been nice. Their logo is right here. It's that stylized S that looks like a Z. Well, it actually is a Z shape instead of an S shape. The letters on the G10 here, well, it looks like S's to me. And they're raised a little bit. So they had G10, and then they did a layer of black G10 on top, and then they milled everything away down into the handle where it just leaves these characters. That provides a lot of extra grip. Either hand, you wrap your hand around there, and it provides a significant amount of greater texture, which I like quite a lot. Very secure in hand, good user knife, if you ask me. A lot of good things going on about this thing. Let's go over all of the measurements and all that kind of information. I'll try not to go too fast. 114 grams, 4 ounces even. Some websites say 3.95 and 111 grams. Well, my measurement was just a tiny bit higher than that, well within the range. The factory sharpness, 115. Very, very good. I like that. And for those of you who don't understand, that's cutting through some monofilament standardized material. 200 and lower is considered very sharp. So 115, yeah, that's very, very sharp. Now for the measurements, the cutting edge length, 8¼ centimeters, 3¼ inches. The blade length, so tip to the closest spot on the handle G10 here, 8.68 centimeters, which is 3.42 inches. The blade thickness is 3¼ millimeters, which is 0.128 of an inch. The blade depth this way, and I measure, just about an inch off the end of the knife from the pivot end that way. 2.5 centimeters, 0.986 of an inch. The thickness of the edge behind the grind, it's 0.59 millimeters, which is 0.023 inches. It's slightly thicker than I prefer it to be, but, not terrible. Oh, I forgot to do the grind angles. That's one thing that I'll put on the screen. I'll put the grind angles on the screen right here. And that is the grind one side and the other side equals those two different angles. 20 degrees per side is the industry standard. The handle length is 11.29 centimeters, which is 4.44 inches. The grip area between my thumbs, 9 centimeters, 3.54 inches. The handle thickness is 1.37 centimeters, 0.54 of an inch, not counting the pocket clip, so just over ½ inch thick, not bad. The handle depth, and that's this measurement, and that's right here after this choil. There's a little bit of a bump right there. 2.5 centimeters, 0.984 of an inch. And then the knife depth, when the knife is closed, I measured it right in the same area, 3.23 centimeters, 1.27 inches. And the total length of this knife when it's deployed, I just have the centimeters there, 18.65 centimeters, and in inches, that's 7¾ roughly. I'm through the hole there, aren't I? There we go. Yeah, 7 and more than 7/8. So just under 8 inches is what it is. So that's quite good. I like that quite a lot. The standards, the specs are very good. The balance point on this knife is right there. Very good, right at that choil. How much does this knife cost? Well, White Mountain Knives is the company where I bought mine, and they've got this exact model for $49.99, and all the other colors are $54.99, so $5 more. You get 10% off at White Mountain Knives when you use coupon code CCE at checkout for anything that they have in the store. So once you save 10%, that is the best price around, or very close to it. Amazon has some of these colors on for $42 and up, but those are shipping from China. Just because they're on Amazon.com doesn't mean they're shipping from Amazon. They're actually shipped from China. So White Mountain Knives is already in the United States. Blade HQ has got these at $54.95, but I don't have a coupon code for them. And you can find some other stores that have them. There was one Canadian store, SR Knives, but they have none in stock. And I didn't find any other store that in Canada that even carried these. So if you're Canadian, yeah, you might have to get these from the States. And if you're in another country, hopefully you can find this knife somewhere if you want it. And well, that's that. So what do let's summarize what I like and don't like about this knife. Well, before I do the summary, let's show you in the pocket what that looks like. Normally my videos are much smoother because I edit out a bunch of stuff, but it is so hard to use that mouse right now. It's so painful. So there you go. That's what it looks like when it's in the pocket. Not bad at all, but it's right side only. It is tip up, but being right side only, that might be a no-go for some people. For the lefties, some lefties. I don't mind. I find a right-handed knife and I use it in my left hand. I grew up left-handed. I've learned to be right-handed as well, ambidextrous, but not all lefties have that skill set. If you are a lefty, I challenge you to try really hard to get good at stuff, especially knives with your right hand, because the vast majority of knives are right-handed. And it's unfortunate. So if you really want to enjoy your hobby, it might require added effort to become better with your right hand. It's unfortunate, and I'm not saying that, it's okay that people don't make right-handed or left-handed knives. No, they should be making left-handed knives. But until they do, you have to do the best you can with what you got, right? And you've got your own hands, and so training, it takes time, but now I'm actually better with knives with my right hand than I am with my left. Everything else I'm better with my left hand. Eating, writing, sports and stuff. But I've had so many right-handed knives that I'm actually getting, I think I'm a little bit better with my right hand than I am with my left. Weird, eh? Forward choil is done very well. So much of it is the full thickness of the blade. Just a little bit on the edge here isn't. So it's a very comfortable, secure hold. The detent is good. The jimping's good. Extra jimping up here and then back here, and then this texture on the side of the knife makes it a good, secure grip. The main bevel on the blade, it's a little bit thick here, but it's done very well. This swedge up top here gives an added kind of look to it, but I kind of like it the way it is. Strong tip, like I said. The flipper tab works in the push button mode, which I really like. Recessed liners, that's neither a pro or a con. I like them, and I like knives with the recessed liners and with them not. But so just in case you have a preference, there you go. This one's got recessed liners and backspacer instead of open pillar. I don't mind either way for those things. So let me just go over my notes here, see if I caught everything. Lockup is solid, no blade place, side to side, up and down. And it's an easy knife to take apart. T6s and big, and it just works well. It works very, very well. What don't I like? What are the cons? Well, no left pocket clip. I don't like that. And, maybe, just maybe, they could have been putting better steel in here at the same price point. I don't know. Do I like 12C27? Yes, I do. But I would like 14C28 more. And I've had other knives with 14C28 right around that $50 mark retail. So that's that. Or even, I don't know, D2 might be better or not. There's a lot of people that watch this channel that live near the ocean, and you guys, have to work with corrosion way more than I do. I'm like in Alberta, Canada. It's north of Montana. It's just dry up here. And so D2 is just fine for me. But I like stainless as well. If you're looking for this knife, hopefully you can get it from White Mountain Knives or some other place. Just do use that coupon code if you shop there. I'll have links down below for several sources to get this knife in the various colors. Again, pink, red, black, or this jade clear. And thank you so much for watching my videos. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And my next video will be of a Ganzo knife. I think it might even be a fixed blade. We'll see. Remember, guys, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb. Bye now.